Hi, I'm Thomas Wimbush, and this is my life story. I was born and raised in Mansfield, Ohio, and I'm the oldest. I have a baby sister, Amir Wimbush, and Alaria Wimbush. I was a wild child. I always grew up, rough, had all the bangs and, the bruises on my legs. I had a lot of friends, it was just a really good time for me. My mom and dad, the relationship wasn't really, that strong. So, my mom pretty much raised us a lot on her own. My dad, I love him to death. He's just, he just made bad decisions, or whatever decisions he, chose, he lived with it. And he actually did some time in prison, and, it was just strange for us not to have a dad. But, we adapted. I had to become the man of the house and, look after my younger sisters and stuff. And, it was interesting, but we got through it. Growing up, I used to skateboard. I was all over the place. That was my #1 passion, skateboarding and going to the skate parks. Basketball came about, I used to go to the local Boys and Girls Club as a kid, and that was my thing to do after school, is go up there, play basketball, and I was just always in the gym, and everybody, they didn't care if I was there or not, but, I was the smallest kid in the Boys and Girls Club, and a coach by the name Sean Hood, he believed in me, and he actually kept telling the guys, God, this guy's the best in the gym, he's the best in the gym. Went to high school in Ohio, and I got cut my freshman year, and I ended up not making the team, and I got discouraged a little bit, and my sophomore year as well, I didn't make the team, I didn't get the cut, so I didn't let it knock me down or anything. I came back junior, senior year, and I was able to make a good career as a high school basketball player, but I wasn't very highly recruited or anything like that. So Sean Hood, he kept his spirit in me, and he believed in me, and he ended up knowing a couple college coaches where I went to school at Fairmont, and they actually took me in where I was able to redshirt my freshman year and learn a game by sitting out. My freshman year was actually one of the hardest years of my life, where I kind of, we went home for a break one time, and I was questioning myself if I was going to come back or not. I definitely had to work my way up the ladder and understand that everybody's there for a reason, and I have to, work my way up into having a role on my college team. So understanding where I came from and, my role for the team was to sit on the side, cheer my teammates on, and understand that you need to get better. For me growing from my freshman year to my junior year, it was like, oh my God, who is this guy? It was like, I learned a lot. I sat there and I was disciplined enough to come back even stronger, and it worked out for me. Once I finished college, I was able to, go to the G League and, establish myself there. And, it was actually a really good couple years in the G League where I was able to, perform well and, kind of build my resume. So it was actually really good, to have that as a stepping stone for me to go forward.
Easy baskets, we like to see a little bit quicker rotation.
I played 2 times in the NBA Summer League, and that was actually a dream come true for me, to be able to go and play on an NBA level against guys that actually the top players of college, and play against the guys that are already in the NBA. So for me to do that, my first time was actually unbelievably nervous. I wasn't even focused on the game. I was more worried about if people, knew who I was, my family. It was just a big nervous situation for me. And obviously my second time around, it was a lot better. And I was able to go out and, honestly, I thought I had a really good couple stints in the Summer League where it was actually really fun to be a part of both teams. I'm just grateful to be a part of that. And, that was kind of like my dream come true.
Oh, watch out now. Whoa.
Once I finished the G League, I was able to go to Germany, where I was living my first year overseas in a different country, where I had to learn how to live and, as a professional. So, my first year was actually really cool. Germany is a really nice place. The German league is definitely a tough physical league, and I was able to prosper there. So I found out who I was as a player, and moving forward to Peckham, a team in Turkey where I played, I was able to do actually really well for myself there, where I was able to get noticed by other people in the eyes of different people at different levels. Petkim, Turkey was actually a really beautiful place where I was living at, right off the water. The whole setup where I was living, it was just such a beautiful experience for me to be there for 10 months and be able to call that home. I was able to fish on my off days. I was doing a lot of fishing. I wouldn't say I caught a whole lot of fish, but you know, I was able to go out and do what I love to do. Nanterre, which is, by the way, a beautiful place to be for me and my family. Living in Paris, well, my first time being here in the French league is, where else would I want to be at? Now we're finishing up the second half of the season, and my teammates here, oh my God, these guys are, the funniest guys I've had on the team by far. They're good guys on and off the court, so that's actually a really good thing. My first time being in, the French league, I was able to be a all-star. So they threw an unbelievable all-star game where they had the dunk contest. I was supposed to be a part of the dunk contest, but I ended up getting COVID or whatever, and I didn't feel comfortable with my body. But just being a part of it, it was just unbelievable. It was just so amazing. The fans, everything about it was just great. Every stage that I've been on and every team that I've been on, I had to earn my way, had to grind my way, and honestly, I wouldn't want it any other way, because that's just who I am as a person. I believe in hard work, and you just put the work in and everything will fall into place for itself, and I truly believe that. Me off the court, I love being around cars, like my personal car, I spend a lot of time with. My grandfather, he had a bunch of old school cars, which really brought the love for cars out of me and my heart. So being around cars, it gets me thinking about, other than life. If I'm not doing that, then it's usually, I'm at the movie theaters. I love to go to the movies, just relax. Maybe me and my wife go to a little restaurant, have some wine or something like that, and we go to the movie, My favorite movie would probably be The Kingsman. It's actually a really, recent movie that just came out, and I actually really enjoyed it. I really like a good Denzel Washington movie as well. Also The Avengers. I sit there and watch The Avengers all day if you ask me to, because I love cartoons. I always watched cartoons growing up. Macy, we got her a couple years ago, and she's been the love of our life, and she's full of joy, and we take her to the park every chance we get, and she's been around for some time now. She traveled with us in Germany, and she travels for 10 hours plus underneath the plane, and she doesn't put a fuss up, so she's able to follow us around our journey in my career of basketball, and we're happy that she's here. She's happy with us as long as we bring treats with us.